Right, welcome everyone to our team call. This is a special one I've put on to cover a particular method of growing your Instagram. It's the 30th of September, so last day of the month, and I'll just get started. So basically, I've discovered this app and it's called Captivate, and it's available on iPhone. I don't know about Android. I don't know. Is everyone on iPhone or?
I am now.
No? Right, okay. You'll have to have a look to see if it's available for Android, because it's a very useful tool. But I'm sure there'll be something similar. But this one is nice because you can target people and it's genuine. You'll find a lot of these build your follower apps are ones where you have to sort of click for coins and stuff, and you get random followers from anywhere in the world that aren't ever going to send you a message or engage with you, and probably just quit and unfollow you 10 days later. So the way this program works is you connect it to your Instagram, and I'll show you all in a minute. You connect it to your Instagram and you can target people, as in you can search hashtags, or you can search, say, celebrities, and you can focus on their sort of, say, if a celebrity's just put a post up, you can go and see who has actually liked or commented on that post, and then you can follow them, and in return they'll follow you back. Now, the beauty of this app is it limits how often you can do it, because if you just go and follow 1,000 people on Instagram, Instagram are going to block you out straight away. But this app only allows you to do 40 people an hour, which means that Instagram won't bother at all, which is good, because it keeps you sort of all safe and stops your account from getting banned. Now, can you all tell me how many on your Instagram now, before we get started, how many people have visited your Instagram page this week? It says profile visits in the last 7 days at the top of Instagram. And either say or type.
119.
How much, sorry?
119.
119. That's good.
Where does it tell you?
At the top, if you go to your profile, at the top it'll say visits in the last 7 days.
No. I think it might only say if you're on a business account.
Maybe.
I've recently just changed mine because I accidentally created the business account and saw the difference between the two.
Yeah,
so
if you've not got a business account, you do need to switch it over. It's much more beneficial in a lot of ways, and I'll show you that in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Kirsty, how many visitors have you got this week? 7 days. Oh, she's gone.
She doesn't want to embarrass us, that's why.
It's not about that. I'll show you the difference.
The answer is I have no idea. I can't see it on my thing.
Have you got a business account?
I might not, I might just have a normal one.
Okay, right, okay. Well, I'll tell you this. I used to have about 50 to 60 people visit my page a week, doing what I was doing. This week I've had nearly 600 people. Wow. So that's the difference it's made. And I've also gained over 200 followers. So it definitely works. And these are followers that are genuine people, as in people are interested in what I have to offer. I've seen my Instagram stories increase, as in engagement. I've had messages that I haven't before. It just has been working, and that's 200 more people, and I've seen a lot more engagement from it. So I'm going to do this clever thing now, and it might take me just a second to set up properly. I'll mute myself. Okay, Adam's two of me.
Oh.
You and technology are not getting on this week.
Well, I've just found something that says switch to business profile. Maybe that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you need to press. And then it will break. Oh God, this cat! And then it's just like bumming my face. Yeah.
Not your cat that does it. Mine does it as well.
But yeah, once you switch it to the business account, it does give you so much more information on not necessarily who it is that's looking at your account, but how many views you've had and the time of day, what age range, what sex they are. You know, it's very, very interesting and quite helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, it is nearly working now. It always works better when you do it. Right, can you see? No. Can't see my screen, can you? Oh, why is it doing this? Ha! Oh, there we go. Can everyone see that now?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And you will get there eventually. Right, so I'm going to show you the app now and just how it works. So on here, you can go to discover people and it'll bring up loads of random people, which is not what you want. But you want to then say either search for hashtags. So here you can search for fitness. There you go. Now it brings up fitness and you can see obviously all the different posts and you can go and either follow them or if you find a post with loads of engagement on, you can see their followers. But the best way, in my opinion, is to search for users. So let's do, for example, Sean T. So now we go to Sean T and there's his latest post. Now, this is now building a list of everyone that liked Sean T's post. And it takes a little bit of time, but that's fine. But what this allows you to do is then target those people. Now, I'm not saying Sean T's the best person because obviously there'll be a lot of coaching. But, you know, if you say maybe Kim Kardashian or someone like that, someone that people see and would want to sort of idolize themselves on, or something like that, so they're all the people now that have liked Shaun T's post. So what you can then go and do is you can look at these profiles and you select them. You want to pick ones that look as if they may be interested in what we've got to offer. So families, ladies, may not want some weird looking guy there, Captain America.
Chris, did you just press on the post? Is that what brought this up?
Yes, I'll show you again in a minute. You just click where it says likes. So you can go to these people, select them. I've got 14 selected there. Let's do a few more and build them up. You look at the names. If it says something like coach or therapy, you don't want any of that. You don't want, there's a coach down there. You don't want that. Just genuine people you're looking for. Maybe not people with fitness things in. Just people that you think, there's a couple. Not too full on selfie. So once you've got those, you then go to actions and you go to follow, and then you go to add to local queue. Okay. And now you go back to your settings and you can see your pending queue. Now I've got 71 followers there that I've selected that are all sort of genuine people. Now I click actions, execute local actions. And now it goes and follows 40 people. Done. So you can do that once an hour. And I'll do it again, say for I'm not going to do Kirsty Wildish, don't worry.
Could do me if you like. It won't be as interesting though.
But there you go, Kardashian, because she'll have absolutely loads. Look, 326 people liked her post and 35k comments. So you can go to those likes and it's going to build you a list. It might take a while with the 30,000. And you can do the same.
They were using the 8-day obsession bands the other week on their program.
Were they?
Yeah, I put a post on my story and tagged her in it.
Well, they may be very good to target.
They what?
Might be very good people to target.
Yeah, well, I thought that because they were doing. Chloe was doing it, and Kim, and they had the bands around their thighs, and they were doing exercises with them. Right. I just saw it by chance, really.
Yeah. So there you go. So there's the list. It's loaded 1,000 people there. It only loads 1,000 at a time, but you can keep going back. It'll load like new ones as you follow them. And you can, again, I don't know what it's doing now, but you can select all the different ones. I think it's refreshing it, and add them to your pending list again. Now, the only downside to this, obviously, is you're going to end up with a ton more followers than you are people that you're following than you are, and then are following you, sort of thing. But what this app also allows you to do is go to following. So that shows who you're following. And the ones with the orange ones are people not following you back. So obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't following me. Sadly, Joe Freeman isn't following me. But you can actually go and scroll down until you see people that aren't following you. And we'll see you see that 2 follows from that I just did then. There you go. So these are people that aren't following me now. So I don't need them because I'm not ever going to generate business from them if they're not following me back. So I'm going to just select all those. And then go to actions again. And you see it says unfollow, unfollow. add to my queue. So that'll mean when it gets to them, instead of following it, it will unfollow them. And you just build up a balance of unfollowing. Now, I tend to do following on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I do unfollows. And it just, tries to balance it out.
Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
What does it give you? So say you were saying that you can only add, 40 people an hour.
Yeah.
Do you have an amount that you can unfollow, or can you select quite a high amount? Because I've found in apps that I've used before, I've taken my time and selected all these people to unfollow, and then all of a sudden I've got in-app purchases to make, or like you said, the coins or something. Does this one do anything like that, or
no?
Is it quite? No.
Yeah, there's no coins or purchases or anything involved in it. I still wouldn't, if you're using it. I mean, you can unfollow 200 people at a time, but it does look a bit dodgy. And I think doing it more naturally like this, it looks as if it tends to space them out a little bit as well throughout the hour. So it looks like you going through. So it's rather than just spamming it spreads it out. So other than that, there is a night mode where you can set it to, and you leave your phone on like this with it without it getting locked, and you can start it just following people every 90 seconds. It follows someone from your list. You will find that when you install the app, it's limited to 50 actions, which I think means you can do the follow thing 50 times total, and then it's $4.99 to purchase it. But after me using it for a few hours, I spent $5 because I was like, oh my god, this is worth its weight in gold. So I'll just show you my Instagram. So there's my followers. So I've got 1,400 followers and I'm following 1,600. So I'm a little out of balance at the moment.
Not on the screen, Chris.
Is that not on the screen now?
No.
I can see it.
Oh, can you? I can't.
Yeah, I can see it.
I can.
Right, okay. So obviously I'm following more people at the minute, but the aim of this is to get to 10,000 followers. Because I don't know if everyone knows, but when you get to 10,000 followers, you can put links in your Instagram stories to direct them to your customer sales, or you can link a challenge pack in, or you can, it's endless. So the idea is you want to get to 10,000 people. And I believe this is probably the quickest way you're going to do it, whilst also finding people that are genuinely people that might actually buy from you. So look, you can see my profile visits in the last 7 days is 583. I've never had anything like that. The most I've probably ever had is around 100. And then same on my Instagram, on stories. So the stories has gone up, the viewings, from about normally 40 odd to 60, most of the time 60, 70 people, just from that alone. And because of it, my old posts have gone, but I've had a lot of people engage on the Instagram stories. So when you do the what's it called? The polls.
The polls, yeah.
I've had a lot of people actually click on that. So I've sent them messages and what have you. Obviously, I've not sold anything yet, but I've had 8 people engage that I've never even spoken to or talked to before on those polls, and it's an easy way for me to message them.
Yeah.
So it certainly works. For those of you who haven't got a business account, you probably haven't got those where you can create the little highlights.
No, we can get highlights.
Can you?
Mm.
Okay. I didn't think you could without a business account. So that's pretty much how it works. But for me,
it's such a clever app that you can just sort of build up your, like I can just set this so I can unfollow. To my local queue, and then in an hour's time I go to my pending queue. It's got a load of people there that some of them I'm following, some of them I'm unfollowing. See, it says follow, 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 unfollow, unfollow, and it will just go through 40 at a time, the hour. If I was to do it again now, it wouldn't allow me to follow anymore. If I was to do the execute. So there is another option other than the $4.99 one, a $9.99 one, where it saves it to a cloud as well, but I don't really see the point of that. But for me, I think you can really sort of build up a nice set of followers. You can also create lists to say there's people that don't follow you back, like The Rock and what have you. You can add those to your whitelist, and like if I say add to whitelist, and it won't ever remove them. It won't unfollow them by accident. So that's another nice little feature as well. But
so
yeah, I mean,
this quiz, or is it a free app?
It's a free app.
Yeah.
But the free app only allows you to do 50 actions. So that means that once you've done the follow 50 times, so that's following 50 lots of 40 people, you then have to pay for the app, which is £4.99 once. There's no continuous fee or anything. But I bought the app after using it for a day. I was like, I need this app. So it definitely works. I've had engagement. I've grown my followers. Yes, I'm following a lot more people than I used to. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Let me just turn my Zoom off.
Thank you.
I mean, like I said, if I've grown my followers where I've hit 10k, I can then start getting rid of the ones that aren't following and just focus on that. And then once I've done that, I can start building again. But I think if you get to 10k followers, you're going to have a lot of people that you can engage with, and I've seen the difference already, and I've only added 200 people, so it definitely works. But it's an easy way. You can follow chefs, you can follow people that you feel are in the right industry for yourself, or for you, for famous mums, or people who other people engage with and look up to. You can really just target them and really grow your business that way. I think you can just handpick people, and I think that's, compared to going out and doing it manually, this just saves so much time.
No, it's a good idea. I mean, I'm kind of stuck at 700 and
best.
770 something.
Sorry, go on. I can hear you now.
I'm stuck at 770 something, and I just want to get to that 1,000.
Yeah, see, I was stuck at 12 sort of 20, and it kept going up and down and dropping, and I was like, I can't move. And now I'm 200 plus more, and I'm like, okay, this works. And it's people that are engaging. I went through a spell of searching for people that had using their Instagram stories and trying to follow them and stuff, knowing that they're active. But the reason this works so well is because you can go on someone's latest post, and that every one of those people that have liked it and has used Instagram right now, within the last day or hour or whenever the post was, and you're following those people that have actually engaged. You can go into the comments and follow or comment and stuff, and you can actually use that app just like Instagram as well, just to like stuff and comment on people that you're following and stuff like that as well, if you still wish. So it's clever. It's a clever system. So if you've got an iPhone, I don't know about Androids. So if you're watching this on an Android, look into it.
Yeah, Sam said that he's got Android and they haven't got the app.
That's not good. but there must be something similar. I'll see if I can find out. Right, so the next part I want to cover kind of ties up into all this, and I don't know whether you've watched some of the latest stories or that, or not stories, some of the latest, what do you call it? Each Monday when they do the team Beachbody thing.
Wake up call.
Wake up call, that's it. Well, there was one the other week where he talked about the peanut butter jelly technique. Have you heard of that? Okay. So I've reworked it slightly and I've renamed it the jam sandwich because it's a bit more British. And basically there's 4 points that you need to do to help sort of engage with people, create sort of a little bit of interest, and then able to invite. So I'll just run through them. So number one, the bread. You want to approach people that are engaging in your social media. So the easiest way is through like Instagram stories. So anyone that's watched the Instagram story, send them a message and thank them for taking the time to watch your stories, or say, you know, I noticed you've been watching. I mean, I sent a few out the other day saying, I noticed you've been watching me jump up and down recently, you know, every day, and they like laughed and what have you, and then they had a little chat. And then number two is the butter. So you're going to compliment them on something that connects with you, so something that you relate with rather than something random. So, you know, if they're a mom and they've got kids and dealing with stuff, or, you know, for me, like dads, or, you know, whatever, rugby, whatever you're interested in, and compliment them on that, you know. And obviously you can see from their social media what they're into. So you just want to pick something that you can relate to. So that's the butter, because you're buttering them up a little bit, you know. And then down to the jam, the invite. So you want to invite them to join you in either a challenge group, or if you feel like they've got coaching potential where they're sort of using their Instagram stories, you know, offer them the opportunity. Say, you know, you've got an online coaching business and you feel there'll be a good fit, or, you know, anyway, that whatever, you know, how to invite. But that's the idea, is you've sort of already interacted with them twice on different things, and now you're inviting them to join you on either a fitness journey or a coaching journey or whatever. And then the last one is close the sandwich. So the idea is now, because a lot of people are shocked as soon as you throw them an invite, whether it's fitness or coaching or whatever, offer them, you know, say to them, give them a bit of a get out. So say, you know, if they come back to you and say no, or you don't reply, say, don't worry if it's not the time for you. I'd still like to stay connected, or, you know, if there's anything you ever need, please reach out to me. But it's a way of reassuring them and letting them know that you're still there. It's not all about whatever you've invited them to, you know. I mean, on the call, they suggested that you send them like an emoji and a friendly something, or to make sure that you're smiling at them, sort of thing, which I get, a little bit cheesy American, but it's fine. So, but at the end of the day, you want to stay friends and you don't want them to unfollow you. So you want to make you sound genuine to them as well, which, you know, you are. You want to be their friends and you want to stay connected and be in touch with them. So that's the idea. And a lot of coaches have a lot of success with this, apparently. I mean, I've been using it a little bit this week, and yeah, I've had a few conversations, haven't sold anything, but at the same time, I'm still engaging and talking to people. So just might be a different approach. And if you've got those 4 points written down in front of you, you know sort of where to go. It gives you like a little bit of a very simple plan that you can follow when talking to people. So any questions about that? Does it make sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So that's just, you know, an easy way of growing. And apparently this one coach who preaches it, she's, you know, just put it into place with her own coaches, and they've recruited so many coaches and stuff this month. You know how the stories are, but at the end of the day, she's proven that it works, so you can't argue with that, can you?
Lose by approaching people, have you? You can always do it in a very I always do stuff in a very laid back way, and I'm always kind of like, I won't be offended if it's not for you, but you know, this is what's available, and if you fancy it, fab, and if you don't, then you know, I end up chatting to them about something totally different.
Exactly, but you've done your invite, and then you've given them a little bit of a get out, but at the same time you've planted the seed. So, and pretty much what it's all about.
And never kind of put off by that no. You know, sometimes you will hear loads more no's than you will yeses, for sure. But the one thing I would say is, like, so many people that have either said no to me, or I didn't even know were watching, you know, will have been watching for months, and they'll just send me a random message saying, I've been watching you for 3 months and I'm interested in this. Or someone that's like initially said, no, it's not for me. You know, like I've got someone doing 21 Day Fix at the moment, and she probably messaged me 4 or 5 times. I met her a couple of years ago when we did boot camp. We did all like the tyre flipping, which I love. And I met her doing that. We became Facebook friends, and she's obviously watched me. And literally on the 5th occasion, she's contacted me about the same thing. She's like come back to me and gone, right, I need to do something about it. I'm going on my honeymoon. I need to sort myself out. And she signed up to do it last week. But I promise you, she has probably contacted me 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So don't get demotivated if you hear loads of no's, because like half of them will possibly still come back to you.
Yeah. And probably half the people watching don't have the guts to reach out, you know?
Yeah.
They're too scared to take that first step. But sometimes if you take that first step and meet them halfway, it's kind of like they're not expecting it maybe, but it could be just the thing they need. So, and that's another, if you don't use Instagram stories, but I'm pretty sure you all do. I've seen loads from Natalie the other day. But, you know, that's the key. It's a brilliant way of putting content out there, and sort of doesn't have to be all business. It's good to mix it up. I get some really good engagement from ones that aren't. But, you know, at the same time, you still want to plow them every day, letting them know what you're up to, that you're still staying consistent, that you're still there if ever they're ready and need to. So, and that's just a pretty simple way of using it to sort of connect and grow. So that's it. I don't know if you've got any questions on any of those, whether it's the app or the jam sandwich.
Jam sandwich.
I know, I'm inventive, aren't I?
Are you going to maybe put the link to the app in the group?
Yes, I'll post the link to the app in the group.
Yeah.
Obviously, this video will talk through it, but I'll post a video of this girl that talks through her doing it as well, because she sort of talks you through it as you go, which is quite nice. I don't know if she's Beachbody or not. I'm not sure, but you know. So if you've got an iPhone, definitely look into it, because I think it's a no-brainer to me. And the way you can just handpick people that you feel is right for you. Just pay attention to the name and their photo. And at the end of the day, if you pick someone that isn't connected, you just unfollow, you know, if they're not suitable. But definitely, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many get back to you. I would say every 20 you follow, some of them don't accept your follow request, which is fine. But I think a lot of them see that you follow them and then click on your profile and have a look around. And then if they do accept your follow request, chances are they want to know what you're about, you know? So it's definitely a good way of connecting. And normally when I do Instagram, I avoid those that sort of that you have to request follow, because I sort of think, well, obviously you want to keep things private or whatever, but at the same time, if they're willing to accept you, then after looking at your profile, then you're halfway there, you know? So it's just a different way of looking at it, and it definitely works. So there you go. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fab. Thanks, Chris. That's really helpful. Next Sunday, we're still going to jump on a team call, but we're going to cover Super Saturday, aren't we?
Yeah. So obviously we've got we're October already, aren't we, from tomorrow? So obviously Super Saturday's at the end of the month. We want to start sort of planning it a little bit and maybe giving some people some roles and discussing that. So
very exciting.
yes. And if you haven't started promoting it, do so. It's linked to our To Be Home Fit coaching page, which if you don't follow that, jump on. But you know, it's the more people you can get down, the more potential customers. We're going to be promoting it locally. I know not everyone's local to it, which isn't always easy, but you know, you may know people in sort of northwest Liverpool, Manchester area that you could invite along, and you know, it's such a fun day out. If you've never experienced anything like this, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is so much fun. You kind of go to these events, especially when you're running these events, and I don't know, you just come out with this new enthusiasm for Beachbody and everything that you want to do, because everybody in that room is interested in being there and is, I don't know, it's just so uplifting. There's something, you can't describe it till you've been part of it, but it's just amazing to be part of doing one of those events.
And obviously Milan's providing this extra training, which is valuable, believe me. She is, and you know, she's been in the industry for years and years, doing not just Beachbody but social network marketing and what have you. So she pretty much knows everything there is to know about it. But her training will be valuable to you as a coach going forward. So definitely.
Do you guys know how to go on to the event and then actually physically invite everybody on your Facebook to the event? No. When you go onto the event that we've set up for the Beachbody Northwest, there's a bit that says, I think it says share, doesn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it says share.
So if you click on that, you can either copy the link and actually physically WhatsApp people the link that you think may be interested, or what you can do is there'll be an option for you to invite your friends, and it'll literally give you a drop down box of all your friends on Facebook, and you can literally just click invite to the people that you want to invite, and it will send them an invite to the event.
Yeah.
And that's quite a good way to do it as well, just in case, because we know with Facebook, if people haven't gone on for a day or two, people aren't really that Facebooky, and they can miss your post. So it's just a good way to invite people as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a way to incorporate it into your Instagram account as well, with it being an Eventbrite. So you can actually add tickets onto your Instagram account, which is another little cool feature. But yeah, so if you want help with any of that, just let me know. I'm always here to help. So is Kirsty and Tack and everyone. Other than that, that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you for joining.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
See you next week.
And I'll see you in September, in October.
I was going to say September. We've gone backwards. Bye.
All right. See you. Bye.